Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing a tag video. This is the glasses tag. Now I saw this most recently on Too Much Tosh, which if you have not checked out her channel, I will make sure to link it below. She is fantastic. I got into her channel because she's a project panner and I've just been obsessed with project panning for the last couple of years now. But she takes it one step further as well. She actually has the dedication to keep track of how many uses something takes from start to finish and then calculate all the math out to say, okay, this is good value for money, this is not good value for money, and it's fascinating. I have a lot of respect for what she does and the type of time and dedication that it has. She is awesome, so definitely check her out. But this tag was actually created by Lacey over on Spooky Lips and Fat Hips. She is hilarious. She's hilarious. So definitely check her out as well. She does a lot of beauty videos as well as other types of content. She's a lot of fun and she's really stinking cute. She lives in Brooklyn. She and Teresa from Teresa's Dead are friends, which makes sense if you've seen either one of their channels. They have a very similar personality. So I will make sure to link her down in the description box below as well so that you can check them both out. It's always fun to discover new channels that maybe you haven't seen before. So enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead and get into the questions in this tag video. I wasn't tagged by anybody, just throwing that out there. I just saw the video. I was like, this seems really cool. I like the idea of this because I think a lot of people out there are like me in the sense where you just wear contact lenses for the majority of the day, and in looking at you, you'd have no idea, you know, if you have vision correction and things like that. So I thought it was kind of an interesting sort of video type. So the first question, are you nearsighted or farsighted? And I am definitely nearsighted. So I do not have good vision. I never really have. And like for instance, if I were to take my glasses off, it becomes very blurry very quickly. So I have a computer that is right on this table in front of me. You guys can't see it because it's below the camera, but I have all of the questions on like a Word document and they're blown up so that I don't have to like lean in and lean out and lean in and lean out. So they're blown up to about a 24-point font. And I can't read them without these glasses on or without contact lenses in. Like, it's not good. In addition to having the vision itself, one of my bigger corrective issues is that I have a pretty hefty astigmatism. So an astigmatism is when your eye, which is supposed to be nice and round, is shaped a little bit more like a football. And so that's why when you squint, your vision becomes a little bit more clear because you're in essence reshaping your eyeball. So that's something that I have always struggled with and something that is what I need or started out needing the vision correction for more so than like the actual strength of the prescription. A little bit of full disclosure, in college I worked for Eye Masters as an optician, so I know a little bit about kind of the science behind it, just a tad. I am not a professional. I did not go to school for this, but it was really interesting kind of learning some of those aspects that was like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. So yes, definitely nearsighted. Yeah. All right, so the next question, how often do you wear glasses? I do not wear my glasses very often. I like my glasses. I think these frames are super duper cute. I really like them. I just also really prefer the convenience of contact lenses. I don't have to think about them. I don't have to swap, like if I'm in the car driving, I don't have to have a separate pair of prescription sunglasses and swap back and forth and stuff like that. It's just easier if I'm, you know, feeling lazy and I want to lay down on the couch. You know, I don't have to worry about like my glasses all like askew on my head and stuff like that. So it really is just born out of convenience that I wear contact lenses. But I am very, very good with my contact lenses. I take them out every single night, put my glasses on. I tend to wear my glasses on the weekends when I've got less going on. Although now that I've started doing YouTube videos, that becomes less and less, because I'll be very honest, I don't like applying makeup when I don't have my contact lenses in, because I have to get like right up on my mirror and it isn't comfortable, and I don't feel like my makeup comes out looking as nicely when I don't have my contact lenses in, because I can't see. But I do tend to wear my glasses at least one day over the weekend, and then certainly at night. So the next question, how long have you been wearing glasses? And I've been wearing glasses, I want to say since early middle school, like maybe 6th grade. I don't think it was in elementary school, but I think I should have in elementary school. Because again, because my eye, the astigmatism, I was having a lot of trouble focusing on what was being written on like the blackboards or the overhead projectors, because yes, I am pushing 40. We didn't have, you know, all the cool stuff that you have nowadays in schools. It was just the chalkboard and then those overhead projectors. And I think a lot of you out there are like, yes, I remember those. But I had a real hard time seeing them. And of course, when you're young and you're wanting to hang out with your friends and being one of, you know, a group, a lot of my friends like to sit in the back of the classroom. So I would sit back there and just struggle. So I distinctly though remember getting my first pair of glasses. We went to the mall to go pick them up, and when we went to go leave and I was wearing them for the first time, I literally marveled. I'm not even exaggerating. I marveled at the ability to see each distinct leaf on a tree, every like actual blade of grass in the parking lot. And I was so astounded because I'd never, or at least I couldn't remember ever having been able to see clearly like that. It was definitely a moment that stays with me forever. But as, you know, again, teenage girls do, none of my friends wore glasses. And so I think I started off wearing them at school, but I didn't wear them the way that I should. But yeah, so since I want to say early middle school is probably the case, 6th grade, maybe 7th. Question number 4, have you ever been teased for wearing glasses? And I mean, maybe, but I don't really think so. Again, I wanted to be like my girlfriends, and none of them wore glasses. So I really only wore glasses when I needed to. So like we would be in class and that's when I would pull them out so that I could take notes and do schoolwork, but then I would take them right back off again, put them in their case, put them in my backpack. But I think that was more, you know, the culture of being a 13-year-old girl. I don't remember anybody like actually teasing me. I mean, maybe, but not that ever stuck with me. Have you ever debated getting LASIK? Yes, I would love LASIK. Again, the convenience of it. Not having to worry about contact lenses, not having to buy contact lenses, not having to worry about glasses, not having to worry about, you know, the concern about eye infections. You know, I'm very clean when it comes to my contact lenses. Washing hands, keeping them stored properly, making sure not to sleep in them. Although, I'm not gonna lie, all throughout my 20s, I definitely slept in my contact lenses, which was so bad. so bad. But, you know, I'm very careful about that. But at the end of the day, you're still sticking your finger in your eyeball. So you have to be very careful. And even then, it can still lead to infection and stuff like that. So yes, I would love to get LASIK. But honey, it's expensive, especially when you've got a higher astigmatism like mine. It's not just the advertised price that you hear on the radio, like LASIK as low as whatever. No, not for me. So while it is something that I very much want to do, it's not a necessity. And especially with my growing family, trying to get, you know, debts paid down, things like that, it's not something that I'm currently budgeting for. But I really would like to. I think that would be really, really awesome. How many pairs of glasses do you have and wear regularly? This is my only pair. I had another pair for a really long time that were much smaller in the frame. And I want to say they were probably a metal frame. And I liked them, but it's hard to work wearing smaller framed glasses because you don't have a lot of area, right? So I was finding that when I was like working on a computer, like I spent a lot of time like this, like looking down and then having to look up at the screen and then looking down and then looking up at the screen because I couldn't just like glance down because I ran out of lens. So when I got these glasses at the end of 2018, I want to say, I opted for a much larger frame so that I had more lens space. I've thought about getting a couple of backups from one of those like online places where they sell glasses at a much more inexpensive cost. I just never have. It hasn't really been a huge priority. Again, it would be more so for the aesthetics as almost like an accessory. There's a woman at my baby's daycare who, I mean, she embraces glasses. She has so many different pairs that coordinate with the different things that she's wearing, and I just love it. Like, she is the cutest thing ever, and I kind of wish that I could channel a little bit of that. But no, at the moment, this is my only pair, and they work very well for me. Again, I take good care of them, and my prescription has stayed the same over the last few years, which is nice because it means that I don't necessarily have to change things out quite as frequently. In fact, I went to the eye doctor last week, I want to say, and normally you don't do that when you're pregnant because the hormones can interfere with your vision, and they're temporary, right? After you have the baby and your life sort of goes back to normal, we'll use that word very loosely, your prescription can change again. So usually you don't go and get a prescription done when you're pregnant, but I had a really weird ocular thing happen. Turns out it was an ocular migraine. I'd never heard of that before. Thank you, stress. But he did my prescription. He was like, normally I wouldn't write you a prescription, but it's literally exactly the same that it was the last time I saw you. So I was like, all right. All right, I'm going to stop my camera real quick because it's coming up on that time when it wants to cut off. Okay, and we're back. The next question is best mascara. So again, I don't tend to wear my glasses regularly enough to have like my glasses mascara, I guess. I'm kind of picky when it comes to my mascara because I'm very, very prone to transfer below my lash line. So I would say some of my favorite mascaras, definitely the Lash Princess by Essence. I like the one in the coral packaging personally, but they are fabulous and they're like $5. They're awesome. When it comes a little bit higher end, I really enjoy the Monsieur Big from Lancome. I really love the Smashbox Superfan. That one is fantastic. So those are three of my favorite mascaras that I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, like I said, I don't wear my glasses often enough for it to be like an issue, I guess. But on the flip side of things, I guess it is kind of important because they don't irritate my eyes when I'm wearing my contact lenses. So that's a good thing too. I also, for full disclosure, tend to utilize the L'Oreal Lash Primer, the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Primer. I love that stuff. But again, doesn't interfere with anything, doesn't irritate my eyes. False lashes, yes or no? And I am a no. I love false lashes. I love the way that they look. I am really intimidated to do them myself. I have this just probably irrational fear that I'm going to screw it up and I'm going to end up ripping out all of my eyelashes. I am so just intimidated. That's what it really comes down to. I think the purpose of this question though is whether or not the false eyelashes would like hit the lenses. So I don't know. I don't really have an answer. If I were to get into lashes, I do tend to prefer for myself more of the natural styles, so like the demi-wispies and things like that. So even if I were to get into lashes, with the way that these sit, I don't feel like I would have a big problem because I don't see myself going for like the big, super fluffy, super glamorous looks. And honestly, I feel like it would be kind of lost behind the glasses anyway. So anyway, the next question, best base products for minimal transfer that you've experienced. So there are so many videos out there dedicated to makeup when you wear glasses, and I am not an authority here because, a broken record here, I don't wear them a ton with makeup, but I do wear sunglasses, which not the same thing, I know, but it still will have that same sort of impression there. And I have not found a lot to truly prevent that. Now, on days when I know that I'm going to be wearing my glasses, I'm out of contact lenses, or my eyes are not feeling great, or whatever the case may be, on those days I do tend to wear a powder foundation because that helps a little bit. But honestly, it kind of doesn't matter for me at least, because I'm not taking them on and off throughout the day. Once they're on because I can't drive, I can't walk, I can't work, I can't do anything without the glasses on. So even if there is some smudging on the nose, no one's ever going to see it because my glasses stay on my face. But I do find that more powder products have less indentations. I don't know if that makes sense, but I know a lot of people also really advocate for more dramatic eye looks to kind of stand out from the glasses, and I absolutely get that. I know for me personally, I tend to go with kind of lighter, brighter eye looks. So I've just got some browns, a little bit of gold. I don't tend to wear a lot of eyeliner because what I find for me personally is that, especially with frames like this that are darker, they're kind of a dark tortoiseshell, I guess. They're not quite black, but they're a super duper dark brown. I find that for me personally, if I wear really dark, intense eye makeup, that all of it kind of shadows together. So I do tend to wear more bright types of colors or shades when I'm wearing my glasses, so that there is some contrast, but there's also a lightness to my eyes rather than being super heavy. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but for me personally, that's what I find flatters me the most, so that it's not just all super dark all up on top of my face. I do tend to go with a more neutral lip as well, because again, these frames are very dark and I'm very, very fair. So I don't necessarily like a really heavy, bold lip with a really statement sort of glasses look, I guess. But I do tend to go a little bit heavier on some very warm kind of complexion products. So blush and highlight, and not a ton of bronzer, but depends on the shade, because I'm just trying to not have everything compete but still able to be seen. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but that's kind of my thinking behind it. But yeah, that is my thoughts on the best products to use when wearing glasses, I guess. And then the last question, I think is the last question. Make sure it didn't transfer to another page. Oh, no. Oh, I kind of rolled two questions into one, so whoopsie. Question 10. What is one misconception people have about wearing glasses and makeup? I don't know. In this day and age, I don't think there really are a ton of misconceptions that at least are coming to my mind. Yeah, we live in a time when, you know, makeup is fun. Makeup is makeup. There are, like I said, about a bajillion tutorials on YouTube alone, Instagram, things like that, dedicated to, you know, what that person feels like is a best way to wear makeup when you're wearing glasses. But what it really comes down to, and this sort of bleeds into the final question, you know, just trial and error, guys. I know that sounds stupid, but find what works for you, what makes you feel most flattered. But I don't really feel like there are misconceptions. But then again, I don't think people really talk about it a lot. I don't know, it's just not, I don't know, it's not a big deal. But again, I'm, you know, in my 30s, not a teen, so my life is very different than other people's in different age categories, so I don't know. So the last question, tricks for making makeup more visible behind frames. And that's why I said I kind of rolled that into question number 9, but you know, find what works for you. And I'm sorry, I keep looking down. I know that because these glasses have the anti-blue light coating and the anti-glare coating, and the window is right behind me, and I'm trying to make sure that you don't have just nothing but reflection in my glasses when you're watching this, because I know that that can be really distracting. But yeah, everyone's glasses are going to be very different. You know, you've got frames like this that are a little bit heavier. You've also got the glasses that have no rim at all to them, where they almost disappear onto your face. And then everything in the middle. So I don't really think that it's a one trick fits all sort of category, right? Because everybody's going to have different facial features, different preferences, different glasses, things like that. So again, I would say definitely trial and error. See what you like, see what works for you. Like I said, I learned very quickly that I didn't like a really dark, heavy look. I don't wear typically eyeliner when I'm wearing my glasses. I don't wear like a deep smoky eye when I'm wearing my glasses, things like that, because I personally don't like the way that it looks, because I feel like it shadows too much of my eyes and my face. And I tend to go for very light, more vibrant makeup on the rest of my face just to help balance everything out. But it took time, and it took, you know, a couple of different go-rounds to really figure out what I felt most comfortable with. So that would be the biggest tip or trick that I can say, is trial and error. You know, just see what you prefer. Again, I do feel like powder foundation is kind of the way to go when you are looking for minimal transfer and smudging when you are wearing glasses, but just rock them. I know that sounds stupid, but whatever it is that you are wearing, whether it's your makeup, whether it's your glasses, whether it's your contact lenses, do it in a way that makes you feel beautiful and makes you feel confident. Because that, at the end of the day, is going to be the best thing that you can wear. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I have no idea who this video would be great to tag, because most of the people that I interact with on YouTube, it's never really come up. So if this is a video that could apply to you, you are tagged. I want to see your videos. Anyway, thank you for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.